Welcome back, everybody, to Battlefield 1, the World War I simulator. I'm joined by my friend Matthew. David is still on paid leave. And I want to talk about the ridiculousness of Battlefield 5, which, look at how many planes that is. Wait a minute, did you see this?
Yep, that is way too many.
Okay, before I got distracted by the absurd amount of planes on the screen, I just want to say that Battlefield 5 really treated the audience like idiots. They really tried to say that a squadron of crippled women single-handedly saved the world during World War II. Yeah, right.
Yeah, that is just outrageous.
I mean, what do you think about that sort of storytelling being introduced in more modern games?
Well, the thing is, like, that's what I don't really like the wokeism, like, being put in military games, because, like, you know what would have been perfect and actually be making sense as well? If they added, like, the Eastern Front and the Soviets.
Oh, with the witches?
So, like, the Soviets, not the witches, but also there were, like, female snipers, female tankers.
Yes, those did exist.
Infantry and medic. Yeah. So, like, it would have made so much sense, and it would have been so much better to tell their stories.
It would have been cool, too.
No. Yeah, but no.
They
want to cripple women to add it to be, like, diverse.
Like, biomechanical arms that in no way existed in the 40s? Yeah, right.
There probably was.
But, dude, they were basically Iron Man level shit. It's just too ridiculous, I think. This isn't Call of Duty.
What?
Call of Duty is the more ridiculous action game. Okay, the tagline for Call of Duty Black Ops 6 was "Move like an action hero," which, okay, I get it. But Battlefield is not Call of Duty, and that was an issue I had with it. I mean, what do you think?
Specifically about what?
About how, during Battlefield 5, one of the biggest issues with it is that it basically turned into an action movie rather than a depiction of terror on the battlefield.
There's nothing wrong with the, like, action, but just, like, I don't know, it kind of just was missing something that Battlefield 1 has.
Yeah, I agree with you. But I think the issue is, it's sort of like a betrayal to the people who were invested in the more intense storytelling of these games. Because it felt kind of goofy in Battlefield 5. That's another issue.
Yeah, that is true. I hated the one with the female one.
That's Battlefield 5.
Yeah, Battlefield 5.
Dude, I thought he was alive. That's right, you stabbed them in their head because they might be faking.
And we killed an engineer.
He deserved it. Okay, he's not American.
But his only job was to take care of the engines in the air.
I don't care, he's not American, so he has to die.
Oh yeah, it's very Austrian way of thinking.
That's the American way. I stand for truth, justice, and the American way, man. Which is funny because we're playing as two French guys. Okay, I was justified in him. He was shooting at me.
Bro, was like...
Yeah, I know I'm in the right. I am not hitting these planes. I don't know what I thought I was doing here.
You gotta lead your shot.
Well, actually, the mission is about destroying the blimp. You actually can't even hit the planes if you want to.
But then my question is, like, how do they know you taking control of the anti-air?
Because we're shooting at the blimp?
No, like, before, because, like, even before you started shooting at the blimp, the machine gun started firing at you.
Well, probably because they saw me kill their guy?
Probably.
I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
Boom, another plane gone. Now this part makes absolutely no sense. From here on out, we should be dead. There's no way we got out of this alive. How is he alive? Did you see that? I was shooting him, right?
Yeah.
That man's was
Okay, that
dead.
is way...
There's too much...
Let me double check.
There's way too much in this mission. I don't think this mission ever got this crazy in real life. Okay, this is a cool visual though, I'll give it that. This could be a movie poster.
Oh, I remember, it was like 84, around that much.
Okay, we were how high in the air and we survived that fall? Yeah, right.
Don't worry guys, there's parachutes.
Did you see any of them wear any?
They're hidden. aka plot armor.
This is plot armor.
But don't listen to any of that.
That's such a weird way to end that story arc, don't you agree?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, now we get to play as the Dolomites in Italy.
Oh yeah, this is what I was talking about. In the mountains.
Yep.
Where there's pure chaos. And actually there's a World War I game that is based around that.
And if I recall correctly, this guy apparently inspires the Marvel character, the Juggernaut, which is just a random thing that's interesting to me.
Yeah, I can see that.
Because you're just as a guy in a suit of armor who's practically unkillable. Now, don't get me wrong, you can die in this mission, but damn, you are wearing some... The most unbelievable part of this game is everybody's stamina, man. There's no shot these guys are running that long.
No, unless they're really trained for it, but even then.
Even if you were ripped, I think running around in a suit of metal would tire anyone out. I don't even think Usain Bolt could handle it. Especially not while being shot at.
Like, sure, the bullet may not penetrate it, but, like,
still hurts.
The force that hits you, yeah.
It really is crazy. Just how much of this... Because you know a lot of this is fiction. There's no way all of it happened exactly as presented. But at the same time, the true story had to be even crazier.
Either that or just, like, not as exciting as it portrayed.
Well, exciting and crazy do not necessarily go hand in hand. Like, a crazy thing is like a torture session, but I wouldn't call that a very exciting section of the game.
That's true.
See, this is the part where I don't believe that the characters are this badass in real life, because think about how much metal he's wearing. There's no way he's sprinting the entire way.
Oh yeah.
I get it, this is the Juggernaut, but it's a bit ridiculous. I'm not stupid, I know it's for gameplay reasons, but I'm just thinking about this from the perspective of somebody young playing this. They wouldn't get it. Because the true tragedy about these video games is that the majority of the player base are a bunch of 12-year-olds.
That's true.
When, if you ask me, these games are not for 12-year-olds in the slightest. I mean, what do you think?
For your average teenager, no.
No, this is... I think a game like this is... I'm not saying, obviously, that we should think of the children and make it difficult. No. People should be allowed to buy whatever the fuck they want. This is a free country. But at the same time, I understand the plight of parents. I really do. Because you can't keep track of your child all day, especially not in an economy where both parents are working. If we were in an economy where one parent was working, then there'd be no excuse for children to be playing this. But because we live in a two-parent economy, in a two-parent monetary income economy, I understand how children are being exposed to this. And it's not even graphic by comparison to real life, obviously. Obviously, real life, this is way more brutal than we could possibly think of. But I think the idea, the iconography, the image is really intense. At the same time, though, I think it is important for young people to have an understanding that violence exists, and that while it is a tragedy when it has to be used, sometimes it is necessary.
Oh yeah.
There was an interesting video made called The Politics of Call of Duty, where... Because if you remember, Call of Duty didn't start off as some action hero game. It started off as American propaganda. You know that, right? Do you think that these games are effective as propaganda machines?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it can show people... Well, it can show people why it would be good to join the military, to see how cool it is.
I mean, yeah, but at the same time, as I play these games, I just think of how many different ways my guy should have died, and I'm thinking to myself, I don't want to join this fucking place.
Well, that's your way of thinking.
That's because we're older.
Not your average... Yeah, but like...
A 10-year-old wouldn't think that way.
You're like, oh cool, I get to shoot a machine gun and wear thick armor.
Exact. That's my guy. Oops. Yeah. I can imagine a child playing this would be very excited. But that's the difference between us.
We know too much.
We know more than the average person does, I think. Think about how tragic it is. Like, think about everybody who dies here probably had a family to go back to.
Yeah, that's why.
It's the real tragedy. Don't get me wrong, there is something fun about a power fantasy where you're just this invincible guy taking down soldier after soldier. And not even invincible per se, but rather, you're just badass. Because most people are not this badass in real life. Obviously, there are some really badass people in real life, but in most cases, you're not going to find people like this.
Nope.
That is something I respected Halo 4 for having, a stamina statistic, where some characters could run for longer than others. But at the end of the day, it was just... It's not even accurate to that, because stamina varies. It's not set in stone. There's other things, too.
You know what game
Oh, go ahead.
You know what game you might like?
Which one?
Helldivers.
You keep saying that. You've said that before.
Because it's somewhat similar to Halo.
But modern Halo or classic Halo? Because there's a huge difference.
That's true. Since I haven't played any Halo games, I can't really say for sure.
I love classic Halo, but modern Halo is just not my thing. The only modern Halo games I finished were 4 and 5, which is, you know, 2/3 of modern Halo. But I wasn't enamored with the games like I was with 3 and Reach. 3 and Reach, I just kept playing and playing and playing, and I was having so much fun with it. Especially 2 as well. Halo 2 is just... Like, that is a masterclass of FPS gameplay. Although David says it's an unbalanced piece of shit, so what does he know?
Which game?
Halo 2.
Really?
Yeah, he hates that game because it's too difficult.
Brother.
You can lower the difficulty, bro.
Let's get good.
That too. Albeit Halo 2 on Legendary with all the skulls on is technically the hardest FPS campaign in the history of gaming.
Really?
It's not even close. No other game comes anywhere even remotely as close to that. At least I don't think so. So, fun fact, I actually get stuck here during the playthrough because I forgot you had to destroy this location. I spent a long time just looking for enemies, not realizing that we had to make this place go boom. I can imagine that in real life, amidst all the chaos, it's possible that you would just forget your objective, right?
That's why you have a team leader.
Yeah, but what if you're the only guy alive?
That's true.
Because that could happen, that you're the last guy of your team to survive and that everyone else failed. It would suck, but it's true.
I mean, there's a chance you might forget, but like, I don't know.
Another thing these games never touch on, bleeding, infection, hunger. I get that it would make the game grind to a halt, but at the same time, I think it would make the game a bit more intense, don't you?
Yep, it's good on Minecraft.
Nah, Minecraft is a relaxing game, oddly enough. Although what's
Really?
funny is that early on, Minecraft was envisioned as this like horror game by some people. But
Really?
yeah, people thought Minecraft was a horror game. Well, the idea was you're literally all alone by yourself, and that is the scary part of it.
I can see that.
But at the same time, it's too colorful to be a horror game. At least I think so. Don't you?
I can see the scary part of it, but like other than that, I mean, you can. I know there's mods where you can actually make it like genuinely horror.
Yeah, there are some horror mods you can install. That is true.
That shit looks scary. I've seen some things of it. I'm like, what the heck?
Yeah. But then everything just looks blocky and it becomes kind of goofy.
That's true.
But then again, you play Roblox, so what do I know? Or more
I only
accurately,
play Roblox.
what do you know?
Because
Coward.
I only play Roblox because I'm bored. That's literally it.
I wonder what's going on here.
Here in this part,
Yeah, this is where you could tell I didn't understand what I was supposed to do. Because when the game doesn't explain shit to you, sometimes you just have to figure it out. I eventually figured out that you had to cause damage to this, but, you know, nothing told me.
well, you did have dynamite.
I do?
Yeah.
It's almost like I'm legendarily bad at these games. Okay, I make Phil Barnell look good. And I realize you're probably too young to know who DSP is.
Nope.
So I might so wait, did you answer? You understand how I asked that question, right?
I'm probably too young for it to know who that guy is.
Do you know who he is?
Nope.
Yeah, I thought so.
You're already reaching, as these youngsters would say, you're already reaching unk status.
Dude, I have reached Unk status. It's so depressing. I showed a buddy of mine, his son, an N64 cartridge, and he asked me how do I open it.
Really?
I'm like, no, you're supposed to insert it into an N64. But what's an N64? It's a game console. Cool.
For
So
what-
what games
for
can
what
I
year?
download for it? No, he did not say that. The 90s, by the way, the 1996. But it really is
Wow.
sad. I truly have reached Unk status. And it's not even
I'm on-
funny.
I'm gonna be in that spot soon.
And then we have David bitching at me because he hates that I criticize young people.
Really?
Yeah, it's like,
Why?
you're too young to say the people nowadays, Miguel. No, I'm not. I can say whatever I want about anybody. As long as I'm not committing a crime or something.
Oh my goodness, I don't know if I said this joke or not already, but you might have to edit this out.
Go ahead.
You sure?
Yeah, go ahead, I don't care.
Alright, no, cause like, this is the one where there's this Instagram realized song where like saying, like, if racism is a crime, then I can't be racist because crimes are for black people.
A good joke.
I was like, what the heck?
Bro, this guy is basically Iron Man.
Quite literally. Just need to add the little heart thing.
Yeah. That had to be so difficult to aim with back in the day.
What, aiming what?
These kind of weaponry, because you have to spin it and crank it. And also you didn't have anywhere near as many bullets as this game shows you.
Oh yeah.
Again, gentlemen, I understand that video games have to be, you know, fun and video games, but still. Sometimes it does take you out of the experience. You know, it's funny, because in any other game, this bright blue sky would be seen as hopeful. But in reality, it just goes to show how gray everything is.
Yep.
What do you think of the color palette used in this game?
I think it's just well made. Like well thought out.
I agree.
Because they're not really trying to show you like the colors of war. Like sure there are colors, but then there's like a certain amount of dullness in it.
Yeah, because all of this action looks epic, it looks cool. But in reality, these people were numb to it. It wasn't even exciting, I would think, after a while. It just became routine, wouldn't it have? I think the most unrealistic part is that this fool survives this shit. Look at that! How were you supposed to survive that? And that poor plane. And its pilot.
Yep.
But it doesn't matter, people
Never
have to
even-
get back up.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, all of this
He
for
hasn't been
what?
shot in the thigh.
That too. But all of this for what, really? What was gained after this? Nothing.
Nothing.
It was just death.
The collapse of empires.
Seriously. I do like his cross though, it's really, really nice. There's no way his beard is still in perfect condition after all this.
His beard?
Look at his beard, his beard looks awesome.
Oh yeah.
And his hair is still fully combed, yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one thing about all these video games, man. Everybody's hair is somehow still spotless after all this bullshit. You know? Oh, that would hurt like hell, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you keep saying but what do you mean by that?
But yeah, that would have been hell.
Yeah. I mean, you take over the conversation. How has this game been looking to you so far?
I mean, it's nice because it shows you all the different like fronts of the war, but not as realistic.
Well, obviously not realistic. But do you think they have the tone down? Do you think it still has a very, how should I say, depressing tone, funeral marching tone?
Yeah, like you see that guy just literally just meleeed your friend.
Yeah. The truth is, were these guys even friends? Weren't a lot of them, in the case of especially impromptu battles, people who met minutes ago and yet somehow became brothers in arms?
Yep.
I just realized that would be a horrible person to work with. Look at how much friendly fire I'm doing on accident. I think I would be too neurotic for this.
I would just be hiding later.
You would just be hiding like a little coward.
Yep. Okay, let's be realistic here. We would all do that.
You would all fucking die. Well, now I have a question. Is it a war crime to force someone to dig their own grave?
I don't know, to be honest.
Because I read somewhere that it was, but it doesn't seem like it would be.
Huh.
But then again, this is World War I, so the Geneva Conventions haven't been signed yet.
It's funny because the submachine gun you're using right now, little is very known about it actually. Like there's no surviving prototypes, only photographs of it.
And I assume they just had to imagine how it worked.
Yeah, because literally there are no pamphlets, there are no documentation about it.
Is stuff like this why the Nazis became so fascinated with documenting everything?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Nope.
Yeah.
I mean, documenting everything is just a good thing until it falls into enemy hands.
Yeah, that was one of the big issues of the Third Reich, that they did just put so much information lying everywhere. Dude, I'm watching this footage and I'm thinking to myself, I would never work well in a group. No. It's too spooky, man. In this mission, we're looking for our buddy Mateo. That much is certain. However, in the context of the story, they say that Mateo isn't found, but yet we find him anyways. So what? I still don't understand this mission particularly. What actually happened here? Because apparently the missions in this game were based off real events, but I think that I don't have enough context
Damn,
to
Joe
truly know.
shot his own man.
I'm never gonna live this one down, am I? Am I?
What?
Am I ever gonna live this down?
Nope.
I feel like you would shoot your own men too on accident if you went to war.
No. Now I just asked him, hey, is friendly fire on?
You dick.
I was like, oh, let me check.
Look at, imagine getting blown up like that.
Getting blown up to bits.
That would suck.
Yep.
So which game do you want to do next? Modern Warfare 1? Or whatever playthrough if we ever decide to do one, which game would you like to do?
You know, just to torture you, let's do BF5.
You're playing it then.
No.
I'm not playing Battlefield 5.
I mean, I have it.
I don't like that game. I think it's bad. I tend to actually play games I like playing, the only exception being Pokemon Violet, because it's a Pokemon game, so I just kinda had to do it. Other breaking news, I can't aim to save my life. Crime. Could you imagine being a journalist on site and reporting on these battles as they're happening?
Have fun staying safe.
Yeah, that's the one thing I found crazy. That apparently during all these battles, there were journalists just documenting them as the fights were going on. What do you think it would have been like to be one of those journalists?
It would have been hell.
Because they don't even give them guns, I think.
Nope.
So they really
The
are
only
at the
protection
mercy.
was like body armor,
They really were at the mercy of the
a
enemy
helmet,
side.
a helmet that says that they're press.
Wouldn't that make them an easy target though? Because if you get rid of the press, you get rid of the information.
Not really, because then the information that like, the press got killed by the enemy, and then that will be released to the public, and then the public will start being upset at the enemy even more.
I guess.
Then you're gonna get more public support in the war.
And people enlisting. But wasn't that a thing in Vietnam that the people who were holding the phones were the first to die?
I don't know, to
You don't know? Well, in the next episode, we'll continue our discussions. Have a wonderful day, everybody.